What is up? Just doing a little bit of a demo on breakfast. Breakfast for me has been heavy lately, right? So I've been working on front loading my calories. It's just what it sounds like, that you put more of your calories during the day early than late. This has been really, really effective for me because I've had to transition to training in the afternoon evenings a lot of times. So with my work schedule getting done at 2:30, I usually don't get in the gym till about 3:30. Eat a whole lot of my food until then when I was working the other schedules, like the second shift schedules and the night shift schedules. So my breakfasts have been way bigger than I'm used to, which took some getting used to. My workouts feel better. I'm more fueled for them. I recover better from them. So it's really been working really well. The only thing that kind of sucks is like at the end of the night, you get hungry and you're used to eating, like I'm used to eating a really big meal before bed. That's just behaviorally taking some getting used to. That feeling of like hunger, is kind of annoying. So you got to get used to that. But overall, it's been really effective and pretty awesome. So I got in here today 6 eggs, 150 grams of potato. My coffee has a little bit more fat, about half a tablespoon. There's Thor, about half a tablespoon of grass-fed butter, so that's a little bit more fat. So I'm really going fat heavy in the morning. And again, like, you want to keep fats relatively low, or depending on, like, say you're doing some CrossFit type stuff, you want to keep those fats out. Okay, like low or zero even, just to make sure that you're really utilizing the carbohydrates and the glycogen for what you need it to do, as well as like blood flow and circulation. If you got a bunch of fat sitting in your stomach trying to digest, then the blood is gonna go there to do the work, and it's not going to go to the musculature to, for performance. So keep those fats low. Then, from a vertical diet standpoint, eggs are pretty important. A lot of micronutrients in the yolks, and then in the other half of my breakfast. Let's talk about that, right? So these are my macros, right? So eggs and potatoes. Those are my macros. That's where I'm going to get the primary bulk of all my carbs, fats, and proteins. But if you look at this meal, it really doesn't have a whole lot of micronutrients. Like the yolks and the eggs have some micros, like a good amount, but it's not gonna be something that's like, hey, we should plan our whole nutritional plan around this, because it ain't gonna work, right? You're gonna be missing a huge hole, right? And that's where, if you're just focusing on macronutrients, that you're gonna have a failing point, right? Because you're not looking at where specifically am I putting the micronutrients. Angry kid just got done with the bottle. So the other half of that equation is the morning or evening smoothie. Today I'll probably do a little bit of both. I'll probably bump up my my plants, my smoothies, that kind of stuff. I'll do a bigger one in the morning, and then I'll do a smaller one in the evening, kind of finish out the day. So like I said, not having that big meal at the end of the night, I usually use a smoothie to kind of like curb that feeling of hunger. It's not going to be super dense. The one I'm using in the evening isn't going to be super dense with calories, so it's not going to be like a massive smoothie. But it's going to be just enough to get a little bit of carbs, spike my insulin before bed to keep that cortisol level down. That'll help sleep. And then another thing about sleep is that if you have a ton of fat and a ton of food in your gut, and then a lot of times that can disrupt circadian rhythms. So if you can keep a little bit more fasted, 2-3 hours before bed, not eating, that may clean that up. And for me, when I remember to do that and when I time it up appropriately, helps my sleep a ton. If you're getting up at odd hours, shift work, like I'm still getting up at about 4:30 every day. That's still early, and it still is not necessarily like a natural part of human behavior. Even though like I'm working a day shift schedule, the day shift I'm working is really early, and that's not normal or natural either. So you're gonna have to buffer that out in one way, early and on time, and making sure that your food is helping to foster recovery and sleep patterns and that kind of stuff, or you're gonna end up screwing yourself up. So here's my breakfast. I'll post a picture of the smoothie here in a minute. 100 grams of Power Greens. And really, I say morning. When I want to go heavier, like heavier calories on this in the morning, I'll put it in the morning. Or when I want to stay lighter, I'll put it towards the end of the day. Today is an off day for me, so I'm probably going to do 2 of these. I'm not going to use as much. In the second one, it'll be about half. And maybe not as much fruit either. So after that, I go pineapples. It's about 150 grams. So just over a serving and about a serving and a half of Power Greens. I usually go with chia seeds, combination of chia seeds, flax seeds, and hemp hearts, but I'm out of much of those, so I'm gonna go 4 scoops here for the flax seeds, only because the only reason is I'm out. So I have to move the camera around here in a second. OptiGreens, First Form. These have a good amount of micronutrients in them, but they also have digestive enzymes and probiotics. Oh, yeah, you can't see this, but he's cramming his piece of toast in the handle of the freezer. So that should be fun to take care of in a little bit. In go the reds, and then because they're green and red, I call them Opti Purples. You guys didn't know I was so cool, did you? All right, so that's pretty much it. I usually, like I said, use hemp hearts, chia seeds. I'm out of those. I also use collagen peptides from Vital Proteins, but I'm also out of those. So make do with what you can. I just added, to make up for the protein, lack of protein in the smoothie today, I added in an extra egg to my eggs and potatoes. So there you go. There's your Vertical Diet approved smoothie. Micronutrients, get some.